Hi, I'm Annie Botticelli, and welcome to my September 2019 horoscope report for you. I'm going to give you the top 3 must-knows for your sign, including details like looking at the actual charts and seeing what fields of experience these aspects in the sky are going to drill down for your specific sign and what that looks like and how you can best use the energies. I offer so many free resources. Most of the things that I do are free. So you definitely want to tap into all of the things that I am offering to you. Besides these monthly videos that I offer always a month early, you can also go to cozybysweetstarlight.com to get written horoscopes by me and all kinds of other astrology and other blogs. You can go to anniehelpsyou.com to see all of my astrology blogs plus inspirational blogs and other things there. You can sign up for my free email newsletter where you get a written write-up of the month to come a month early, plus my 28-day virtual coaching program for free at anniehelpsyou.com. So definitely make sure you're tapping into all of the things I am working hard every month to offer you. Now I'm going to go into the details of what your sign has to look forward to in September 2019. So let's check them out now. Hello Pisces friends, welcome to my September 2019 astrology report for you. I am going to focus this month on the 3 top things that you need to know to make the most of this month. We've got a month that's completely clear from personal planet retrogrades, so it's an amazing time to take action. That's a carryover from the second part of August where we also had that type of energy where the stars are wide open. We do have some salty aspects, many more than we did last month in August, but we also have a bunch of sweet ones too. And we've got a lot of things going on, specifically in beautiful angles to Pisces placements. So I'm going to put the charts up and drill down into the early, middle, and late degree charts to show you, depending on where you are in the birthday or the Pisces sign, if you're watching for your rising or moon, what houses or fields of experience are going to be lit up for you this month, and what those 3 top must-knows are, and what you can do with the energy. So let's look at the charts now. Okay, so some of the things we talk about might turn out to be true for all early, middle, and late degree placements. However, there are going to be things where we are going to differentiate out differences. So, you want to know where you're at. Early born, or February born, or early, 0 to 9 degrees, if you're watching for your rising or moon, or you know your degree of sun sign. Middle degree Pisces, around March 1st through 10th, or 10 to 19 degrees. And late is around March 11th through the rest of the sign, or 20 to 29 degrees. And if you have a Pisces moon or Pisces rising, then this report is for you as well. Okay, so the top 3 things for Pisces to know this month are that we've got a ton of planets in Virgo, and all those planets are going to make oppositions with your Pisces placements. Okay, this is going to bring feeling like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. It's going to bring a possibility to ground in, and this is for all signs, ground in important things for you, things you've been working on, material things, but it can also feel like you're being pulled like between the unseen realms and the seen realms and the form and the formless, and you know, it can be very, very stressful and make you feel very exhausted. But it can also help you access your superhero self. I always call oppositions the superhero aspect, because when you hit that balance of being pulled in 2 different directions just right, then you can transcend all of it and create magic. So there's that potential, but it is pretty stressful, so we're going to talk about those. The second is the Earth trines. Okay, so all the planets moving through Virgo, they're making beautiful aspects with Pluto and Saturn. And these are really especially positive for Pisces because they are in favorable aspects to your sign. The third is that the Virgo placements are going to square Jupiter. And we'll look at what this means and what houses are going to be aspected for all 3 of these pieces. All right, so this time we're going to break down between early, middle, and late. If you're not sure where you're at, rewind it so that you go back to my handy grid and can figure out where you're at with this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the oppositions. Let's look in the early chart. So here's Neptune. Here are the Virgo placements making that 180-degree angle. For you all, this is going to highlight the 1st and 7th house of me versus we. Middle degree placements. Let's get this out of the way here. Middle degree placements, you're going to have the me and we house and also the 6th and 12th house accentuated, and we'll talk about what that means. Just want to get everybody on the board here. I'm going to erase that. Okay, so then late degree placements, those oppositions are pretty much just the 6th and 12th houses. All right, so let's talk about what that can look like. So for the early and middle degree placements, this feeling of being pulled in two different directions is very strongly going to aspect your me versus we sector. Okay, so you versus other people. And so feeling like your interests and other interests, people pulling you away from things you're trying to do, you know, the people pleasing, the anything that puts you and what you're trying to do at odds with other people and what they may be trying to do. All right, so expect quite a bit of push and pull. And the dates that these oppositions occur are the 4th, 7th, 10th, 13th, and 14th of September. Okay, so me versus we, issues coming up, possibly finding accord through challenge, possibly finding solutions again through the challenge. Hopefully you can transcend that, but do be aware that that is going to be coming up. Now those dates are going to be the same for these 6 and 12 aspects too. So all of you, watch out for those things. Now the 6th and 12th houses that the middle and late degree placements are going to be having this opposition occur has to do with health, pets, your daily routine, and the details of mundane reality. At odds with or in conjunction with mind-body healing and quiet time to yourself versus, doing all the chores and things that are expected of you every day, and the unseen realms, the psychological space versus the more tangible space. So anything having to do with abstract and form, seen and unseen, any of these polarities are very likely to come up and have you feeling like you're being pulled in two different directions. Okay, the number 2 thing you need to know is about these trines. Trines are the most wonderful, harmonious aspect in all of astrology. So as these planets come and make 120-degree angles with these planets, you're going to have a massive amount of sweetness and potential. This is a month that is very critical, not only for the rest of 2019, but also in the scheme of 2020. Now, definitely look up, after you're done listening to this, look up my video, September 2019 Must-Knows for all signs, because I'm going to go into a timeline as to why this month is so important for taking action and doing things and launches and important decisions. But I've now separated out. I used to put the general transit video at the end of the individual sign, but for various reasons, one of them being I'm going to be traveling and I'm not going to be in a situation to be able to upload very long videos, so I have to separate them out in order to keep the level of details that you're used to. So if you look for must-knows for all signs, then you'll see this sneak peek into 2020, and it will bring us back to why this month is so critical. So that's definitely a companion video to this video if you want to get your full coverage of what's happening. But suffice to say, this month is going to be full of these beautiful opportunities to take important actions and make big decisions. Those dates are going to happen the 1st, the 6th, the 8th, the 9th, the 13th and 14th. Notice that some of these were on the other challenging list. Okay, so these are sweet aspects. And there will also be some other sweet aspects that aren't listed in these dates. These are pretty much just the ones with Saturn and Pluto. I don't have the ones with the South Node listed, but those are occurring as well. So a trine being the most favorable aspect in all of astrology, you want to lock in long-term important commitments and launches and important things. But even if you are not doing any of that, you can expect that there's a strong possibility that sweetness will just come in. So what we're going to look at is what houses are being accentuated for early, middle, and late degree placements so that we can see where those sweet gifts are more likely to present. All right, so for early, the 7th house and the 11th house. For middle, you're going to have some of the 7th, definitely 11th, and some of the 6th. And then late degree placements, you're going to have the 6th, the 10th, and 11th. All right, so let's make a grid. All right, so here's the grid, and I'll talk about what this means. And I did also actually add the 10th to the middle degree placements because it is close enough that you might see some things there. So the sweet aspects for early, middle degree placements are very likely to show up in the relationship sectors. This can have to do with collaborations, this can have to do with romantic things, this can have to do with work things, clients, finding a perfect practitioner, finding a perfect helper, finding an employee, finding, anything having to do with person-to-person issues, opportunities, and situations. The middle and late degree placements are going to have the 6th house accentuated, and also the 10th houses accentuated. And both the 6th and the 10th houses have to do with work. The 6th house is like your daily work, the things you do every day, your office space. And then the 10th has to do with like career and work. So there's more likely to have accomplishments with your work out in the world. And for those of you who are retired and not doing work or don't work for other reasons, this can have to do with your life purpose, like feeling on track with what it is you're supposed to be doing. The 6th house can also have to do with the pets and, your health. I mentioned some of that as the 6th house came up in the earlier aspect. But those were challenged aspects. These are sweet aspects, so hopefully they can help soften any challenges that come. And then early, middle, and late all have the possibility of having sweetness occur in this 11th house. If you are a person who's looking into online dating, this could be a great month for that, or introductions from friends or acquaintances, or connecting with friends, acquaintances, community groups, organizations. Networking of any kind is amazing, so it could be a boost that comes from somebody that you know. Social media things, social media launches, anything having to do with the internet or anything, any technology, patents, things like that. Also, sweetness can come in from there. And friendships, so notable things with friendships. Now, we talked about how the middle and late had work stuff, coming up with these sweet potentials. If you're a person who is in the tech field or who works for a large organization or a humanitarian effort or who does community-based work, then even you early degree placements, or if you work online, have a chance from this for that work-related things to spice up for you from this 11th house connection. The third thing that we were going to look at is the squaring of these Virgo planets to Jupiter. In August, we had, as the planets moved through Leo over here, there were these beautiful aspects with Jupiter. And now these Virgo planets are kind of running cleanup and asking us to get necessary details that could be part of a continued expansion spree, or helping us to rein in any expansion that may have that we may have overcommitted or overexhausted ourselves or resources. So we're going to look at, and that's for all early, middle, and late, those things I just listed, but the house placement is what we want to look at now. So for early, we've got 7th, 10th, and even some of the 9th could be in there. And then for middle, we've got 6th and 7th, and 9th, but could also be 10th. And then late is pretty much just 6th and 9th. Okay, first let's talk a little bit about the energy of what happens here with Jupiter and the squares to Virgo. Okay, I listed, some things, but Jupiter and Sagittarius are both about expansion, bigger picture, the vision being more important than the details per se, kind of like having a bird's eye view. Virgo is very different. It's more about what the details are now, what the facts are, what the tangible truth is, what the logic tells us, and drill down right into the very minutia. Okay, so this is, the minutia, and then this is the expanded version. So you can see how these energies are in a challenging angle because they don't work together naturally. But ideally, I do believe the universe is seeking to support us, and even with the challenges, we have opportunities to have wonderful things happen, and that they are exactly that, opportunities. So when we have this combination, it's trying to find the balance between looking at the details and looking at the bigger picture. It may detract from the bigger picture in some ways in order to look at the details, and it may pull away from some of the details in order to look at the bigger picture. And finding balance between those is going to be what is wanted. So let's look at the houses that type of dynamic is coming up in. So for the early and middle, again, we've got this 7th house focus, so relationships. So the bigger picture versus the daily things in relationships. For middle and late degree placements, we have the 6th house, which is, gosh, you guys, a lot of these houses are being accentuated from multiple of these transits, you can see. So the 6th house is your daily work and the things you do every day. So your system, your schedule, your health, your regimen, things involving your pets, things involving people that depend on you, and things that you do every day to take care of them. So how the bigger picture and how the small details are having a conflict. Like, let's say you have a bigger picture for what your family life, what you want your family life to be. But then you're so tired from the day-to-day of doing the laundry and, picking the kids up and taking them and feeding them and doing all of the stuff that it's really hard to put energy into the bigger vision. So this is a type of example of how these things can combine. But this energy clashing like this can sometimes help you figure out solutions out of desperation to crack out of the matrix. Early and middle and late all have the 9th house accentuated. So anything that is involving long distance travel, teaching, learning, expanding consciousness, spiritual pursuits, publishing, and you're trying to get some of those things done, the daily or the detailed look at, we'll just say publishing, for example, or education. If you have this big picture, like I want to go to school and be this, or I want to publish this, whatever it is, and I want it to look like this. Then when you go down and have to actually do the editing or do the writing and the editing and the organizing or the other stuff, it's like it can drag down the energy of the vision. So they're in conflict here. But again, there's a chance for resolution. The middle and early and middle also have the workspace in some kind of conflict. So really we can say early, middle, and late in one way or another has this bigger picture versus minutia issue coming up just from different places in the chart. The 6th house can rule your daily work and your office life, including self-employed people, wherever your office is. And so, work, career, daily office dynamics are all fair game for these energies to show up. So if you love details like these, I have so many more places that you can get resources for this month and in general astrology. So definitely listen to my video, September 2019 Must-Knows for All Signs. That's going to give you lots more details about how these aspects can show up and how you can best use them. I have written horoscopes that are usually talking about things different than the videos for each month. So you can see those at cozybysweetstarlight.com. There are also astrology and other blogs there at cozybysweetstarlight.com. You can go to anniehelpsyou.com to see my massive amount of astrology blogs to help you with transits that are occurring now, and other goodies on my site. You can sign up for my free email newsletter at anniehelpsyou.com, which will get you a write-up about the general aspects with all of them listed so that you have them for your planning purposes, always a month early. So you can do that at anniehelpsyou.com. Plus you get my free 28-day coaching program called Shine when you sign up for my free email newsletter. So I also have astrology education. So all the things I just listed are all free, and I do those for you every month. But I also have some even more in-depth astrology education options at anniehelpsyou.com that you can check out. I would love for you to learn with me. Definitely check out my book, Radical Prayer, Transform Your Life and the World in 28 Days, an Amazon bestseller, and a wonderful companion for my fellow spiritual seekers. So you can see that on Amazon or at radicalprayerbook.com. And you can check out my husband's site for even more resources that he offers, which is iamhelios.com. So he's B.R. Newman at iamhelios.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.